Good morning, class 11C. I hope I am properly visible to each one of you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So, children, the last topic for this chapter is International Financial Reporting System. Now, when we talk about anything which is international, it means it is not only used only in your country, but the standards are so common and the standards are so generalized that they can be used all around the world. Accounting practices, mostly all the countries have to follow. India follow their own GAAP, the generally accepted accounting principles. Then United States of America do have their own GAAP, that is generally accepted accounting principles. Also, there is a committee, International Accounting Standard Board. International Accounting Standard Board has decided some of the standards or financial standards on the basis of which the financial reporting is done. On the basis of which the international financial reporting is done. So there are a few important terms that I want you to note down. Just write down IASC, International Accounting Standard Committee. IASC was renamed as IFRS. Was renamed as IFRS, International Financial Reporting System. Now, in this International Financial Reporting System, please write down certain standards. Certain standards. Standards means parameters. Certain standards have been set so that the financial reporting is standardized and uniform all across the world. Now, this International Financial Reporting System, IFRS, this gave some important accounting standards. Usually, there were many accounting standards, but now they have been reduced to 41. So, 41 accounting standards are there and they contain the code of conduct. As you can see, they contain the code of conduct, how the accounts are to be maintained. For example, when we have studied the concepts and principles of accounting, I told you what is accrual income. That income, even if it is not received, even if it is a credit sales and income is supposed to be received, it will be counted as an actual sales made and money earned. Who told you that you are supposed to consider the credit sales as your own receipt? The standards have said. Again, if you remember, yesterday I had told you about historical cost and market cost, the current cost. Now, there are some standards which follow that the historical cost has to be taken for ascertaining any asset, whereas some of the standards say that you have to take the market price. कोई भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जिस तरह का फाइनेंशियल स्टैंडर्ड अपने लिए फॉलो कर रही है, it will continue to consider the value of that asset either at historical cost or at the current cost. So these accounting standards are basically the code of conduct. Please write down IFRS, International Financial Reporting Standard. International Financial Reporting Standard provides us certain standards or codes of conduct. Certain standards or code of conduct for making the financial statement. Now, what is a financial statement? In the bracket, write down the balance sheet. For making the financial statement, in the bracket, write down the balance sheet. What else does this help you to make? The income statement. income statement, financial statement, which is the balance sheet, income statement. In the brackets, trading and profit and loss account. Trading and profit and loss account. What else do we make using these accounting standards? We find out the equity. Third point, to find out equity of an enterprise. What is equity? The amount of capital invested by the businessman, or you can say the owner of the business. So finding out the equity, in the brackets, capital. Next, what else do these accounting standards tell us to make? They help us in making the cash flow statements. Please write cash flow statements. So first they help us in making the financial statement, which is the balance sheet. They also help us in making the trading and profit and loss account, which is the income statement. Then they also help us to know the equity of any business, which is the capital balances or the capital accounts of any businessman. And they help us to make the cash flow statement. In the bracket, please write down the cash flow statement. The cash flow statement talks, T-A-L-K-S, talks about the inflow and outflow. The inflow and outflow of cash, only cash. Please remember, only cash. The inflow and outflow of cash made by the business concern. The inflow and outflow of cash made by the business concern. Now this is recorded in the cash flow statement. The accounting standards also help us to determine how to make the cash flow statement. So these accounting standards, which were given by IFRS, International Financial Reporting Standards, they tell us how to make the balance sheet. They tell us how to make the income statement, which is the trading and profit and loss account. They also help us to ascertain the equity of any business, and they also help us to make the cash flow statement. One last point, notes to account. Working notes, okay? Like we do working notes in numericals. In the same way, notes to account. Notes to account are very important for certain chapters that we will talk about. Notes to account. Children, is this much clear to all of you? IFRS, the International Financial Reporting Standard. This International Accounting Standard Committee was renamed as International Financial Reporting Standards. This has given us certain accounting standards. These accounting standards help us, these are the code of conduct, or these are the rules and regulations which help us to determine a few important accounting statements. These important accounting statements include the balance sheet, the profit and loss account, which is the income statement. It helps us to find out the equity or the capital invested into business by any businessman. It helps us to find out the inflow and outflow of cash, and for that we make the cash flow statement. And the last one is the notes to account. Right, one more topic. What are the assumptions of accounting standard? They must have assumed a few things along with them before giving the rules. Rules या formulas या standards बनाने से पहले they have kept a few assumptions with them. That these code of conduct, that these rules are based on these assumptions. Please write down assumptions made by IFRS. Assumptions made by IFRS. Now these assumptions include first one that you have already studied all four of these. First one, accrual basis. First assumption is accrual assumption. What is the accrual assumption? Even if the income is actually received or not, if it is generated, it is considered that it will be received. In the similar way, if any expenditure which has arisen but we have not yet paid for it, yet it will be paid. अगर हमने अभी तक नहीं पे कर दिया, इसका ये मतलब नहीं है that you will not have to pay, but you will have to pay. So first concept is accrual. First assumption is accrual assumption. हम accrual basis पर accounting standards को set करें. Second point, the second assumption for financial reporting standard is going concern assumption. Do you remember what is the going concern concept? Come on, do you remember what is the going concern concept?
Yes, ma'am.
Someone please tell me. What is the going concern concept? People have been time and again telling others that if you join 5 minutes later, then you are going to miss your class. I'm not able to see the other side of the screen, and also you should not be late. Yes, who will tell me what is the going concern concept?
It means that the business will not shut down in an year or two, but will last long.
It will not be shut. It is assumed that it will not be shut down. Means records will continue to be maintained, accounting will continue to be done, and the financial reports are continued to be made year after year. So it is based on accrual assumption. It is based on going concern. It is believed that the business is a going concern. हमने पहले ये माना कि business एक going concern है. Then we have made these international financial reporting standards. The third assumption which they have made is measuring unit assumption. To measure the value of this piece of chalk, I want to find out how much money do I have to pay to buy this. Or for example, if I have to buy this bottle, I will have to have a certain measuring unit. If I don't know what is the price, I will not be able to sell it. If I don't know what is the price, the buyer would not be able to buy it. So measuring unit is very important. Measuring unit assumption means there has to be a monetary measuring unit for taking things into accounting. Okay. This also means all whatever cannot be converted into money, जिसकी monetary value नहीं find out कर सकते, that should not be taken into account. I hope you remember we have done this also. Money measuring unit, money measurement concept होता है. The same assumption is used here in IFRS, International Financial Reporting Standard, also says that there has to be a measuring unit, and that measuring unit is money for any financial activity. The fourth assumption for IFRS is constant purchasing power assumption. It is believed that the value of capital means the money with which we are doing the business. The value of capital is to be adjusted according to the value of capital is to be adjusted according to the inflation in the economy. INFLATION. That is inflation is a term from economics. Inflation means when the value of money is reducing. Do you hear people saying, I used to have a salary of 500 rupees, then too I could feed my family. Nowadays, people earn 50,000 rupees, still they are not able to give a good life to their family. What is this? The value of money is reducing. There is inflation in the economy. जब value of money reduce होती है, sometimes they say no, महंगाई बढ़ रही है. All these concepts are related to inflation. So the value of capital is to be adjusted in accordance with the inflation. It was possible 15 years ago to start up a very big private limited with the help of 50 lakh rupees. But nowadays, even crores of rupees are falling short. What does this mean? This means if you want to have the same standard business, you have to give in more capital. So समय के साथ साथ capital की purchasing value reduce हो रही है, और अगर ऐसा हो रहा है, so you have to add more capital into the business. This is the concept of constant purchasing power, which is reducing day by day. Now let us talk about some of the limitations. Some of the limitations of these accounting standards. some of the limitations. So we have discussed what is the meaning of accounting standard. We have discussed what all statements can be prepared with the help of using rules given in the accounting standards. We have also written what are the assumptions of accounting standards. Now let us talk about the limitations. Advantages we all know. Whatever is the advantage of these is similar to that of maintaining accounts. When we had discussed in the first chapter, the advantages of making records. These accounting standards are used for making books of account. And what all books of account tell us? They tell us what is the profit, they tell us what is the loss, they tell us what is the financial position, they help the managers, they help the internal and external users. So all these are the advantages of financial reporting standards also. Now let us talk about the limitations. What according to you is the limitation of these standards? What can be a limitation of accounting procedure? If anything which cannot be recorded in terms of money, yes, it will not be recorded at all. So the limitations include they are man-made and they do not pass the verification test. Like I have told you earlier, the accounting standards, accounting concepts, accounting principles, all these are made by human beings. How we decided to create the accounts, how we decided to write the accounts, the way we have created these accounting standards. But they are correct, 100% accuracy is there or not, this we cannot verify. So there is a limitation that these are man-made and they do not pass the verification test. Limitation number 1, these standards are man-made and they do not pass the verification test. The next limitation is they change or they are flexible to meet the current changes, or current requirements. Now if these are the standards and if you keep on changing the standards after every few years or after every now and then the authenticity is lost. Then the interest or the dependency of people is lost. So these accounting standards keep on changing with the requirements of accounting policies. They keep on changing with the market conditions, and that is why they have a more chance of changing, meeting the needs, and that is why this is their limitation. Now children, in your book there are a few conditions which are provided to you. You are working in a company as a chief accountant. If you wish to turn to this page with me, please turn. It is written below utility of accounting standards. Below utility of accounting standards, there is a problem. You are working in a company as a chief accountant. While preparing the accounts, you are faced with a number of problems. While actually preparing the accounts, you face a lot of problems, and these problems are here under. Problem number 1. The production manager of the company is interested to reflect the good industrial relation in the account. Now the manager decided, I want to write in accounts how good, how nicely my people are working. Do you think it is possible to convert their efficiency into money? Yes or no?
No, ma'am.
No. Now which concept is stopping him from doing this? Money measurement concept. Money measurement concept को जब उसने रीड किया तब उस मैनेजर को पता चला जो चीज़ें मॉनिटरी टर्म्स में कन्वर्ट नहीं कर सकते उन्हें हम बुक्स ऑफ अकाउंट में नहीं लिख सकते। यानी कि मैं चाहता हूँ कि मेरे एम्प्लॉयज़ की जो गुड वैल्यूज़ हैं उनको अकाउंट्स में लिखूँ, बट आई एम नॉट एबल टू डू दैट. So this was one limitation. According to money measurement concept, he could not write anything into books of accounts which cannot be converted into money. Let us take one more problem. The long-term future success of the company is doubtful due to market competition. I want my company to run for hundreds of years. Going concern concept, I want to apply the going concern concept. But what will stop the going concern concept? The ever changing market conditions. हम ये मान तो रहे हैं that the business organization can run for hundreds of years, but If the market situations do not prove positive on my side, if the market conditions are not suitable, then will the business continue? If the market situations are not favorable, will the business continue? No.
No, ma'am.
No, it will not. That means going concern concept will not be applicable. So this is again a limitation. Is there anyone who is asking something? Okay. Another situation. Another situation says, although the sales have not yet actually taken place, some reliable customers have placed large orders. Fine. Which concept are they using? Accrual concept. Accrual concept they are using. Now they say, I have received an order and I believe that the order will be placed, goods will be sold and I will earn some money. But can you always place an order and never cancel it? Do you always do this? No. Sometimes we place an order and then what we do? We cancel it also. So accrual concept is not happening. So accrual concept practical scenario में हमेशा work नहीं करता. हर बार ये possible नहीं है that if you have made the sales, you will receive the money also. Sometimes you will not receive. Sometimes there will be bad debts. Sometimes you will receive the order, but actual sales will not take place. So children, similarly, there are 10 conditions, and I will send you this problem. Please go through it one by one and try to apply which concept of or principle is applied into the situation. If there is a confusion, then you let me know. Now, the next thing that we are going to discuss is GAAP. Please write GAAP. Who will tell me what is GAAP? You can take help from your book. Yes, who will tell me? Brahmjot, Zulfikar, Dhruv, Shubh, Aishwarya. What is GAAP? Come on, it is written. Generally
Accepted accounting.
Yes, GAAP stands for Generally Acceptable Accounting Principles. Remember the accounting principles that we have discussed? Some of the accounting principles that we have discussed, they are different for different countries. Now there is a comparison between Generally Acceptable Accounting Principles and International Financial Reporting Standards. हर कंट्री अपना अपना GAAP फॉलो करती है और इंटरनेशनल फाइनेंशियल रिपोर्टिंग स्टैंडर्ड्स दे आर यूनिवर्सली एप्लीकेबल टू ऑल अराउंड द वर्ल्ड. बट the way things are treated in GAAP, the way assets and liabilities are treated in GAAP is not the same. They are treated in IFRS. Sometimes historical cost is taken into consideration. Sometimes market cost is taken into consideration. Some principles says, some standards say you should not consider sales as actual sales until you receive the money. But some of the principles will say you can consider them on accrual basis. So there is a comparison. I will share a chart with you after the class is over. Please read it out. It is a comparative study of generally acceptable accounting principle and international financial reporting standard. Now what else is left in this topic? If you check out the topic just below the exercises, it mentions the difference between IFRS and GAAP. However, there are only 2 points written, but I will provide you more. So all this is theoretical. Just go through it once, read it out, and if there is any confusion, then you can ask me. You still have 2-3 minutes more. If you wish to ask anything, then you can ask me right now. Note down whatever is written on the board. Are you able to have a look at the board now?